Hello, Aries. Welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your Law of Attraction Tarot and Oracle card readings. We are going to have both a money and a love reading today. We will start off with the money reading first. There is a Law of Attraction message linked if you're interested in that in the description box, but let us begin. This is interesting to me. Now you have the card of the Lovers. So in money, this is all about choices, opportunities presenting themselves. There are two paths ahead. Be true to yourself. So staying true to yourself in the journey, and even too with some of your spending habits. If you have somebody pressuring you to do something or join something, or even emails from a company and you go, I don't feel like spending the money on it. You don't owe them an explanation is what I hear. Okay, you have here the Queen of Swords, the Magician, and the Two of Wands. Time to expand. The Ten of Pentacles. I'm loving this. Okay, so I feel like with the Queen of Swords, you're going to be very deliberate in terms of money, making a decision. This is great for contracts. It's great for communication. But she knows where she's headed, and she also knows where she's been. So if you had a difficulty with managing money, like you were bringing in money but spending it just as quickly, or even if you kind of went, I don't know where that money went, that's crazy. That sort of a thing where you spend it, but you're trying to even figure it out. I feel like somebody here is going to be a lot more disciplined. You have money coming in. I also feel like, too, with the Two of Wands being here, it's very true what they said about choices. That's what this is all about. So with the Magician and the Two of Wands here, the Magician helps you with creativity. If you're an entrepreneur, you're going to have great ideas in order to create and attract money, bring money in. So this may be your year if there's been something you wanted to get off the ground. If you've thought about looking at online types of jobs, that sort of thing where you can work remotely. Now, I also get it, too, if somebody's retiring and looking for a bit of a side gig, looking to have just some steady income coming in. Even if you have a pension or something like that, I feel like with that Magician energy, you're going to be very creative. I see somebody walking a pack of dogs, and if that's you, I love you for that. But I do feel like you'll find that you enjoy what you're doing, those of you that are an entrepreneur. Now, the Magician's also great for anyone who's teaching a class or a teacher in general. It really is bringing heaven to earth. It's telling you that you create with your mind. You're attracting money right now. You attracted this reading. And so the Two of Wands, if it's something to do with a move, that Two of Wands is going to give you options and opportunities. The Two of Wands will have your life expanding. He holds the world in his hand, but he wants a bigger world, Aries. I feel like you might find, too, if you get more focused on money in these next couple of months, where you say, you know, relationships, if you're single, aren't that high of a priority to you. And even, I'll be honest with you, I'm even getting like friendships, spending time, but saying, hey, I gotta put some time into this. I gotta put some elbow grease into this. If it's something too, if you are getting a house prepared or you bought something to flip, I feel like that will be a lot of your focus, but it does pay off. So the Ten of Pentacles, we've got the Wealth card here. It's also, too, having harmony where money is concerned. So if you're moving, it's the kind of place where you move in, and I heard you're starstruck. I feel like, too, if there's somebody famous living by you, that's kind of cool. But I do feel like with this, I just heard Austin, Texas. But anyway, with this Ten of Pentacles, I feel like in terms of a move, it's going to be fantastic. In terms of a job, I feel like you're going to have more opportunities than you realize to make money. And this is one of those times with the Ten of Pentacles where you love it. So I'm just loving this for you, Aries. Now we're going to have a love reading here. Speaking of which, I thought in February I might sprinkle in some additional love readings for all of you really wondering about that arena of your life, kind of like how do they feel about you type of thing on Wednesdays. So anyway, just look out for those. All right, and an oracle as well. Okay, you have, oh boy, might be time to break some chains here. We've got addiction, codependent, obsession and restraint, possession and control, emotional block. Now, if you're dealing with somebody and this describes them, ooh, okay, I feel like especially too, any type of a codependent relationship, or if you're saying, I keep hearing that word, what does it mean? There's lots of great books out there. I've read Codependent No More a few times by Melody Beattie. I'm kind of a fan of hers, but I don't get any perks for saying that. It's just something that helped me really understand it. I even see things online where people are posting these descriptions, and I will add this, I'm a fully licensed clinician. They're posting these descriptions and they're calling it high functioning anxiety, and it's like codependence to a T. So if you're reading that and saying I relate to that in my relationship, might be time to do a little bit of unpacking there. So let's see here. All right, 2 of Wands making a go of it. The 8 of Swords, Justice, and the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like you're going to break free. Remember that addiction and those chains that bind? It's showing up here. I do feel like with Justice and the Wheel, though, this is where you're going to have a turning point. I also feel like the truth will come out. And if you needed to leave something, you're finally going to be free of it. The Wheel also really brings in your heart's desires. Know that the Wheel of Fortune always turns for you. So if you've been a bit unlucky in love, or as Juice Newton once sang, love's been a little bit hard on you, I feel like you finally are going to say it makes sense. Now, I mentioned before in the money reading, you may have more of a focus on money and career, and that might be why that 8 of Swords is there. Like the timing's just not right because you don't have the availability. Like you just can't be 2 people in 2 places at once. But I do feel like with this, it feels like spring and summer will be your time. So we have here Libra, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo is here, Aquarius is here. I just feel like you have a relationship coming in that's going to be a whole lot of fun. So this 2 of Wands seems to be an important card for you. And I do feel like with this 2 of Wands, it is a time of looking at options, evaluating, making decisions and choices. And I feel like somebody here has had a bit of a struggle with that in terms of relationships, having a hard time of letting go of a dream. And if you were grief-stricken, you know, when a relationship ends, there's real grief there. The grief, and also, too, coming into the realization that what we thought was going to be permanent or long-standing isn't, and that is painful. And truly, I feel like with that 8 of Swords, if you've had a lot of bitterness, rancor, and resentment, especially if it's justifiable, like they really hosed you, I feel like you're going to finally come out of that. But the other thing I would commend you is if you really relate to this energy and you have chosen to stay single, I feel like you're doing it. You're repairing your heart, you're repairing yourself and getting yourself ready to be in love again. Because when someone reaches out for a relationship right away, they're just building it on those sands of grief, and it just doesn't typically work. So with the 8 of Swords, I'd also say too, if you have too many people around you talking about an ex, something like that, or even pressuring you, you feel pressured to stay in a relationship. And it may not be other people, but this feels like too many people involved. And especially too, if it ended if this person was going and talking about you and having other people kind of, become that invisible army. Who needs that? When they come and they tell you how everyone agrees with them. No thanks. Talk about codependent. I do feel like you're going to break free of this, though. This 8 of Swords is not very Aries-like energy. I feel like this is almost one of the worst cards, and it is in the present situation. So I feel like you're going to come out of that. The Justice card sure will set you free. This is also, too, she puts her foot down because this is you setting boundaries. These are boundaries that you don't move around, because when we start to do that with people, it's really kind of mean. They don't know really what to expect from us. So I feel like the person you're attracting is very integrous. They may have something to do with the legal system or something with this energy of justice where I feel like they're well educated, they're highly educated. I also feel like they're going to be very clear and upfront about what they want. They're not here to play games, I will tell you that. And I do feel like you're going to appreciate that. The Justice card wears the Emperor's red robe of desire, and the sash indicates the Empress. So it is somebody who brings balance into your life. And as much as I feel like there is love, but it's also somebody who's stable. And so with the Wheel of Fortune, you get ready, all right? This Wheel of Fortune, is a wonderful evolution. It's high vibrational. This is bringing in new people as you see the serpent and this Hermanubis, the combination of Hermes and Anubis, the gods. These as they scale up the wheel, that indicates ascension, ascending love. And I also want to tell you with this is the kind of energy, if you've been somewhat terrorized by the should I or shouldn't I kind of mentality, this is where you finally let go of it. You get every single thing you need to move on and to have a love that grows and evolves. So I mentioned spring, summer. I actually really like the feeling of summer with that. But good things are on the way for you, Aries. I love you, and I'll be back again soon.